if I told you that the tunic Jesus wore on the way to Calvary still exists? For centuries, it has been hidden in a cathedral in Germany. It is not always on display, only on very special occasions, under strict preservation measures. And when it is displayed, thousands travel from all over the world just to see it. But that is not the only biblical object that has survived the passage of time. In this video, we will explore 10 remarkable relics, real objects, physical places, traces of the past that still breathe history. From the staircase Jesus climbed before being judged to the spear that pierced his side, each one holds a secret, and one in particular, at the end of this video, reveals something that could completely change the way you understand your faith, your history, and perhaps your destiny. Number 10. The tunic of Jesus. According to the Gospels, before being crucified, Jesus was stripped of his garments by the Roman soldiers who cast lots for them. One of those items, the tunic he wore, is believed to have been preserved. John 19:23-24. The soldiers took his garments and made 4 parts, and they also took his tunic. The tunic was seamless, woven in one piece from top to bottom. And what if I told you that this tunic exists and is in Germany? It is located in the Cathedral of Trier, one of the oldest cities in Germany. There, what many believe to be the seamless robe of Christ is preserved. The story says it was brought to the city by the mother of Emperor Constantine, Saint Helena, in the 4th century. Since then, it has been venerated as one of the oldest and most sacred relics of Christianity. It is not always on display. It is exhibited only on rare occasions, under strict conservation measures. But when it is displayed, it attracts crowds of faithful believers from around the world. The garment has been darkened by time, its threads have been reinforced, but its mere presence commands respect. Number 9. The Staff of Moses. The story of Moses is filled with epic moments. But there was one object that always accompanied him, his staff. With it, he turned the Nile into blood, parted the Red Sea, and struck the rock so that water would flow from it. Exodus 4:2. And the Lord said to him, "What is that in your hand?" And he said, "A staff." Today in Ethiopia, in a small city called Axum, there is a monastery where it is said that this staff is kept. The same place where the Ark of the Covenant is also believed to be housed. The monastery is guarded by a single monk, the guardian of the Ark, who is the only person allowed to enter the sanctuary. There are no photographs, there are no cameras, only stories. Some pilgrims claim to have seen an ancient wooden staff, worn by the centuries but still intact. The monks insist that it is the staff that God turned into a serpent before Pharaoh. Number 8. Abraham's altar of sacrifice. Genesis 22 tells the powerful story of Abraham, whom God commanded to offer his son Isaac as a sacrifice. It is a moment filled with tension, faith, obedience, and ultimately mercy. According to Jewish and Muslim tradition, that place still exists, Mount Moriah. Today we know it as the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, and this is where the story becomes even more fascinating. Inside the Dome of the Rock, one of the holiest sites in the Islamic world, there is a massive exposed stone. Many believe it is the very rock on which Abraham was about to sacrifice his son. Number 7. The Holy Stairs. According to tradition, Saint Helena, the mother of Emperor Constantine, not only recovered the tunic of Jesus, she also ordered a very special staircase to be brought to Rome. The steps that Jesus climbed when he was taken before Pontius Pilate for judgment. Today, that staircase is located in Rome, directly across from Archbasilica of St. John Lateran. It is known as the Holy Stairs, the Scala Santa. There are 28 marble steps that the faithful may ascend only on their knees. Every year, thousands do so as an act of faith, penance, and reverence. The steps are protected by a layer of wood, but at certain points, red drops enclosed beneath glass can be seen. They are said to be stains of Christ's blood, left during his ascent. Historically, the staircase has stood in that location for more than 1,600 years. It has been restored, preserved, and protected for centuries. And yes, you can still go there and kneel on every step. Number 6. The Altar of the Holy Sepulchre. The holiest place in Christianity is not a church or a portable relic. It is a stone, a tomb carved into rock, the place where Jesus was buried and where he rose again. That place is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Inside the basilica is a small stone shrine called the edicule. Within it lies the altar of the tomb, directly above the slab that is believed to have held the body of Jesus. It is not a relic like a tunic or a spear. It is a location, an exact point on the map that millions of people have venerated for centuries. During a restoration in 2016, for the first time in centuries, the tomb's stone slab was opened. Researchers discovered a second layer of stone, and beneath it, a cavity that had never been seen before. The experts were left speechless. Some cried, because for the first time they were seeing with their own eyes what could be the exact place of the resurrection. Today you can enter, you can touch the stone, you can pray, and many say that when they do, they feel something indescribable. A deep peace, a sacred silence, a certainty that does not need scientific proof. Number 5. Noah's Ark. Is it real? And more importantly, where is it? Genesis chapters 6 through 9 tell the story of a flood that destroyed the world, and of one man, Noah, who built a massive ark to save his family and the animals. For centuries, humanity has searched for that enormous vessel. But what if I told you there is a place where many claim the remains of Noah's Ark still rest? Mount Ararat. In 1959, a Turkish pilot was flying over the region and photographed a strange boat-shaped formation. Years later, archaeologists discovered a structure more than 150 meters long, the same length described in the Bible, right in that location. The dimensions match. The material is ancient. There are petrified remains of wood. This is not an ordinary natural formation. Today, the site is part of Noah's Ark National Park. There is a visitor center and a museum. A full-scale replica was even built in Kentucky, United States, for those who cannot travel to Turkey. Number 4. The Spear of Destiny. The Spear of Longinus. But one of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and immediately blood and water came out. John 19:34. According to tradition, that spear was preserved, and not only that, it was coveted by emperors, kings, and even dictators. Hofburg Palace. The spear is now displayed in a room of the Imperial Museum. Mystical powers have been attributed to it. It is said that whoever possesses it can never be defeated in battle. Legend says that Emperor Constantine used it, then Charlemagne. Napoleon Bonaparte supposedly tried to obtain it, and when Adolf Hitler first saw it, he became obsessed with it. But beyond the legend, there is documented history. The spear was moved to various locations, hidden during wars, and even examined by scientists. Although many doubt its authenticity, its existence is real and verifiable. Number 3. The Shroud of Turin. This is perhaps the most enigmatic and studied object in Christian history. It is a linen cloth that bears the image of a man with wounds consistent with crucifixion. Could it be Jesus? Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. The Shroud of Turin has been venerated for centuries. Thousands of scientists, archaeologists, and believers have tried to solve its mystery. In 1978, an extensive investigation was conducted. The conclusions: the image was not painted. It was not printed. No one knows how it was formed. Even with modern technology, it remains a mystery. There is no pigment. There is no brush. There is no known human technique capable of producing it. The image appears to be burned into the cloth, yet without fire. And here is the remarkable part. The wounds match the biblical account. A crown of thorns, nails through the wrists and feet, a wound in the side. Today, it is kept under strict security measures. It is displayed only on rare occasions. But if you are fortunate enough to travel to Turin during one of those exhibitions, you could find yourself standing before what many believe, the body of Jesus. Number 2. The Tablets of the Ten Commandments. Fragments from Mount Sinai. And he wrote on the tablets the words of the covenant, the Ten Commandments. Exodus 34:28. The original tablets were lost. But what if fragments from the place where it all happened still exist? St. Catherine's Monastery. In this sacred place, it is said that Moses spoke with God. The monastery preserves carved stones bearing ancient inscriptions, some in archaic Hebrew, which many consider remnants of the earliest divine laws. In addition, there is a bush that tradition claims is descended from the original burning bush that burned without being consumed. And the best part, you can visit it. The site receives pilgrims from all over the world. Number 1. The Crown of Thorns. Matthew 27:29. And when they had woven a crown of thorns, they put it on his head, and a reed in his right hand. And they bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" The Bible describes how before being crucified, Jesus was crowned with thorns as a cruel mockery of his proclaimed kingship. But what few people know is that this crown may still exist, and it is in Paris. For centuries, it was preserved by emperors and kings. In the 13th century, it arrived in France, where Louis IX of France ordered the construction of Sainte-Chapelle, specifically to house it. Later, it was transferred to Notre Dame de Paris. And during the 2019 fire, a group of firefighters managed to rescue it in time. Today, the crown is protected in the treasury of the Louvre Museum. It is not a closed crown like those shown in movies. It is a woven circlet of reeds without the original thorns, which were distributed to different churches around the world. Today, we traveled through time. We touched ancient relics, and we discovered that although centuries pass, some things simply do not die. Because this is not only about tunics, spears, or sacred stones. It is about what they represent: faith, sacrifice, hope. The certainty that even in the deepest darkness, there is a light that never goes out. If you made it this far, you are already part of this search. You are not just another viewer. Write in the comments, "I believe in the eternal," and may those words not only be written, but truly lived.